Alrighty, welcome back to Weenie Trades. So I'm going to be giving a Weenie Wednesday recap in today's video. Just got back from the airport after flying all night last night. Super happy to be home. So let's get right into the trade recap. Bed Bath & Beyond had a monster trading day. Positive news catalyst off of the earnings report, and boy, did we just go right off the open. And we went right off the open, and I wasn't even on my radar. Actually, I took a short trade right here on BBBY, and I initially stopped out as we spiked this little high, so I shorted BBBY right at about 35.25. I'm selling first, looking to buy back at a cheaper price, but one of these little wicks tends to get me. Oh, well, that's fine. That's a small little loss. You know, not that P&L really matters, but that was about for like minus $50 to start out. But then BBBY started to really curl, and I was like, hey, this is a nice good buy setup. So I go ahead and buy BBBY right here at about 35. Stop loss just underneath 34. Boom. I'm risking about $1 per share, and we start to really squeeze up. Boom, take some profits off at 36. Take some profits off at 37, take some profits off at 38. I didn't get any off at 39. And then as we started to roll over, make a lower high and lower low, took the last piece off. So BBBY, net, a positive trade, even though we lost money on the first part of it. So BBBY, really interesting. Moving forward, this looks like an equilibrium is set up. So we have our high, low. Now we're just expecting a lower high somewhere underneath 36 and then a higher low somewhere above 34. Looking for a tightening range, and then we can break out or break to the downside. Beyond Meat fiddled with me today. Yet again, fire up the grill because we have to have the daily Beyond Meat stop out. So Beyond Meat, if you guys remember, on the game plan, I said, hey, Beyond Meat looks good over 150. And at 150, Beyond Meat really started to explode, and that was a really good trading day for Beyond. But today, we really had some good patterns. So really, I would have loved to have bought over 156 today, but this is just a monstrous move. Boom. Nice, good move higher. That's a little bit early to take the second minute of the day, but I've done it before. You just got to be quick on your fingers and be watching it at the same time. But Beyond Meat went higher. We pulled back. We started to do a little bit of a bull flag. I went ahead and bought Beyond Meat. I buy right there. My stop loss is just underneath 157. Stop loss underneath 157. That represents this area. And we get a nice good move higher and then quick slam down. We almost hit the stop. Boom. We start to curl up. I add right here. And then I raise up my stop loss to now just underneath 158. So now this the line represents my new stop loss. And we get a nice good push up. And I'm just targeting about the 161 to 163 area. And my greed got me. I mean, we did a false breakout. This is what a false breakout looks like. You break the high of the day and then quickly snap back. So we quickly snap back, put in a bear flag and drop. Beyond Meat, unfortunately, a stop out on the day because of that. So Beyond Meat, net, an expense trade for the day. Another stock from the game plan was MRNA, and I said I love this pattern on MRNA on the daily time frame. Looking to buy MRNA over 225 because of the strength that it had last week and this nice good ascending triangle pattern. Well, that day we had a really good move on MRNA. Took very small share size and was able to capture a monster move up to 230. But today, MRNA also was gapping up and pushing higher. I really wish I could have caught in the morning, similar to Beyond, even this little flag break. But nevertheless, that's fine. We moved higher. We retraced all the way on the move. We made a lower low on the day without a lot of follow through. That tells me that the bears aren't likely going to get a breakdown. If we would have sold off, okay, that's a little bit more bearish. But the bears could get trapped shorting the low of the day. And then boom, it starts to pop. We do a nice good triangle pattern. You know, we're pinching. We start to break out on volume. So I go ahead and buy MRNA just over 239 with a stop loss just underneath 238. We get a nice good increase in volume. MRNA, nice good move higher. Take some profits off right at about 241. But here's where I made a mistake. So so buying right here, take profits up there. You know, TP, buy. But once we started to come back in, I bought again, and then boom, stop out. And that gave back all the gains on the day. MRNA, net minus $30. got a little bit greedy. At that point in time, if MRNA had bounced, I was going for a new high of the day, and we'd be up, over $1,000, if not more. But instead, we just had to take the break-even trade. Keeping an eye on MRNA. If MRNA can just, hold sideways, I do expect it to probably get into 250, maybe by the end of the week, but probably by by mid-July, middle of next month. NIO caught a double upgrade today, and NIO, or is it just a single upgrade? Nevertheless, NIO, nice good push in the morning. And on the morning, I actually took this dip trade right here. I bought NIO just over 51 with a stop loss just underneath this pivot. Well, this wick just got me. So the first trade was a loss, loss to start. But after that, we started to do that wedge pattern. Once we made a lower low without a lot of follow through, it happens a lot. If you get stopped out just beneath the level and then it quickly reclaims it, think it could be a wedge pattern. So that's okay. I don't need to give up on NIO. I buy NIO again, this time a little bit higher, but 51.25. with the stop loss just underneath 50.50. And I said, hey, I'm targeting about the 52 area. I just want to take my profits and go. Boom, we get a nice good push higher. I take my profits off right here in front of 52. And of course, NIO the rest of the day keeps on going. I took NIO off my radar after I had taken my profits right there. But net, NIO, small little revenue trade. Look for, if you're still looking to get in NIO, you can take a breakout or you can buy a pullback. I would like, if you're looking for a shallower pullback, this 51 area seems to be pretty decent. Otherwise, this area right down here at about, 49.70s, call it, looks to be pretty good for another dip buy. And then you can buy that. Otherwise, you can buy the breakout, but there's not enough room. The long trade is mostly over. After you see it move higher, that's when the trade is mostly done. So just keep that in mind. The supply zone is 55 to 56. If we are extended into 55 or 56, that could be a short trade with a stop loss just above 57. Just a short-term short trade. Stop loss above 58, and look for that move back down into the 53s. So keep an eye out on NIO. And then speaking on stocks to keep an eye out on, keep an eye out on Amazon. If we look at the weekly time frame, we are still making higher lows with the flat top resistance. Amazon could go on a multi-week breakout up to about 4,000. I'm going to call Amazon 4,000 by end of year. So I'm going to give Amazon 6 months to go up to 4,000. If I'm wrong, it'll just be like every other trade where I take a stop out and just keep an eye out for Amazon, especially if it can break out on the weekly over 35.20. So that's Amazon. Look for BYND to continue as long as we can hold above this breakout area of 155. Look for BYND to then get up to about 169, 170. And then also keep an eye out on Baidu, BIDU. And Baidu and other Chinese stocks are starting to gain a little bit of steam. It looks like the sell-off could potentially be over, but look for Baidu to potentially break out of this flag pattern and test something like 220, maybe as high as something like 240, 250 by the end of July, if we can get above, this like 208 area on Baidu. So my lesson learned today, lots of over trading, but we did start the day down from Google gapping down, but was able to claw back and make some good profits. Day trading, swing trading always can get you sometimes. But, my lesson learned is don't trade after flying all night and then only getting like 3 hours of sleep. Over trading a lot. I feel a lot better now that I've napped. And, it's getting greedy on that MRNA trade and just being a little bit picky with BYND overshadowed some really awesome trades today. So a small green Wednesday, even after Google gapped down. Tuesday was red, but Monday was nice and green. On vacation, it was actually very profitable. There's only 3 red days while streaming on vacation. The rest were all green. Some were big green days, some were medium green days, some were small green days like today. Let's get ready for tomorrow. Friday's likely to be pretty muted. Maybe Friday can be like a hangout day. And then I don't believe there is any market open for Monday. So take Monday off. Maybe we'll schedule something. Stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.